So this is one of those laughable things that I hear from Christians all the time, is the fact that when it comes to the end times, when it comes to their Bible, it is proven true because there will be scoffers of their religion, of their beliefs. And this is something that in my deconstruction, I found that pretty much every religion has. They have these ideas of people who will scoff at them and people who will mock them, and that this mockery of their Holy Spirit, the mockery of their deity, is proof that their deity is true and that the person just simply is a wicked person because they do not believe in their version of what God is or their messiahs and so on and so forth. As one of the proofs of these things, you can easily research the last days of Islam and scoffers of the last days of Islam, and you'll find a litany of information where the Qurans or the Hadith talks about the fact that there will be scoffers of Islam, that there will be those who do not believe in Allah and will preach against and talk against the word of this deity. Now, one of the primary examples of this is the fact that Islam has its own end time scenarios of what's going to happen and signs of the end times. And some of those signs of the end times sound eerily similar to Christianity, but just with an Islamic Arab twist to it. One of those is the arrival of the Imam Mahdi. And now this Imam Mahdi is going to be somewhat similar to the two prophets who are at the Wailing Wall or in Jerusalem, and they are trying to spread the word of this guy, of the Christian God in the last days. But in this case, this is an imam who is finding himself surrounded by a world of tyranny and injustice and things of this nature. And he's going to be this great imam who is teaching the words and the ways of Allah. And he would do so. And then there will be the arrival of, and excuse me if I'm saying some of these terms wrong, but the arrival of Dajjal. And Dajjal will arrive and he will have to deal with the heretics, and he will be dealing with the same situation of this population of people who are just non-believers and trying to inform the misguided people to bring them to Allah. And then you will actually have the descent of Jesus, who will actually, in my understanding, kill the Dajjal. But he will also destroy the cross and free people from the Majoji and Yajo. It's Majooj and Yajooj. It's kind of like Gog and Magog in the Old Testament. I mean, in the book of Revelations. So he will free people from them, and those two will actually emerge, and they seem to be countries that will emerge, and they will have an iron wall, similar to what you hear in Israel about an iron dome. So since Donald Trump wants to have an iron dome for America, and Israel already has an iron dome, I guess they're going to be Yajo and Majo. Excuse me if I'm saying those wrong. But they will eventually be able to penetrate this iron dome that's going to fall, when the Dajjal arrives. And then there'll be smoke that you'll see in the sky that emanates from the sky. And this smoke is going to cover the earth for 40 days. Covering the earth seems like they're taking from the story of Noah and saying that. And then the tried and true, there will come a beast. A great beast will emerge from the oceans. That this great beast is going to emerge, and he's going to seal all the unbelievers with the seal of Suleiman, and just wreak havoc on the planet, separating the believers of Islam, and the rest of the world. One of the most egregious signs that just can't happen. The world would be destroyed before this happened, and that is the sun will begin to rise in the west. That's right. They believe that the sun will rise in the west. They couldn't make it easy and do things like the next one, which is landslides. A landslide in Saudi Arabia, landslides in the east, and a landslide in the west. Simple. Those things can happen. Easier. In their mountainous regions, you can have landslides. It's a natural occurrence. But the sun is going to begin to rise in the west, according to them. That would mean that the earth would literally have to change its rotation and in the way it circumvents the sun. All of that will have to change. And then the Kaaba will be destroyed, which is the little black temple in, I want to say Medina, but not Medina. But the black temple box that they walk around 7 times, throwing rocks at, that's supposed to be destroyed as well. And it talks about in other parts of the Quran and the Hadith how there will be people who will mock this, who will blaspheme against this God. It only uses the word blaspheme like one time, I believe, in the Quran. But but there will be people who will speak against this God and against his people, and those people in certain parts are supposed to be imprisoned or mutilated. So both these religions, which one bounces off the other, are speaking of the same thing that you're saying, because it's a common trope in religion to say that there will be those who will come when it's at the end who will persecute you and smite you and do things against you and divide the world and try to harm you, and they will make fun of your religion, your book. But we don't make fun of your book here. It is not about making fun. It is about helping people who have decided to walk away from this religion feel comfortable and confident in walking away, to have a community that they can surround themselves with, because the Christian people that they walked away from, or the Christian religion that they walked away from, the people of that religion pushes them aside, kicks them out of the family, treats them like pariahs. And so here we are just providing a space for people of like mind to be able to come together in solitude and peace and have their own tribe, in the same way that Christians, you all have your own tribe. And when you are feeling down, you're feeling alone, you go to your tribe. We don't come into your tribe trying to tell you what to believe and what not to believe. You chose to make a comment on a video that is not for you. You chose to get into your feelings about a video that's not for you. If you believe that in your book, because somebody wrote it almost 2,000 years ago, if Muslims believe in their book because somebody wrote it 1,400 years ago, well, that's your prerogative, and you are more than welcome to believe in it. But what is not your prerogative is to make statements and claims in other people's videos concerning something that does not concern you. When your Jesus was told by the people, after he cast out the legion of demons into some pigs, to leave, yet Jesus just left. So let's go back to the 90s when people was wearing the "What Would Jesus Do" bracelets and just walk away. Let other people have their freedom of religion and freedom of choice, instead of you trying to force your ideas onto someone else. Because I don't make my videos for you. I wasn't coming after your church or your beliefs directly. These videos just simply not for you. But for everyone else, I hope that this information shows you how these religions just copy off of each other and have that same motif, which basically invalidates them all if they all have the same playbook, but worshiping a different God. But what do you guys think? Comment, share, subscribe, like the page. Always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.